Welcome back to the Lost Depths of Phandelver, everyone. Hope you had a good
hi.
week. Oh, hi.
Deep in the depths.
Here we go.
New year. New beers.
It is first session of 2024.
Oh, wow, it is, isn't it?
That's true. Happy belated New Year to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have sounds, D1? You have thunder and all that?
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just
I
making sure.
I'll turn it up a bit when you switch to music, I think.
Yeah, you got it, man.
This Bayou music is quite loud. But
Yeah,
but it's okay.
no.
I got you at 65 and it's coming through pretty strong.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
We'll go 70.
You can't have too loud Bayou music.
I mean,
Hey, now I hear it.
there's an argument not to, yeah.
I'm born on the Bayou.
After completing a mission assigned by a stranger named Sergeant Calthrill, say no, to find the missing adventurer Trebre, our adventurer enjoys some drinks at the inn while sorting through some of the treasures that they obtained. After Trebre's death, his body and Athasar's massive maul were stored in a room at the inn. Meanwhile, a powerful amulet was hidden in D1's rowboat down at the docks. With an impending meeting with the region's mob boss looming, our party decided to explore the town's shops to see if they could sell off some of their findings and potentially purchase some new items. Leaving a couple of suspiciously nosy halflings behind the bar, that's where we're going to begin this evening.
They didn't come across as nosy to me. He was just sitting enjoying drinks.
I mean, they were leaning over to eavesdrop a
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Were they?
We were upstairs,
All right.
so it would be Griffin. It would be Griffin Bricks that would be an eavesdrop song, I think.
Ooh, I'm back. Sorry.
No problem, 1 second. All right. So as you leave the general store, and you walk through the doorway here, kind of back out into the bog, the moist, humid air of the swamp here around you. You feel a little bit cooler as you kind of come out of the house here. You feel the breeze kind of brush against your skin, and switch the map. You'll notice on your screen you have a marker here that represents all four of you. We will change this accordingly in the future. Rather than having all of your tokens, I figured we'll just do it this way in the town.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. You have the floor.
Where were we planning on heading next? I think to the armory was our.
Yeah, there's
Plan
only
next.
like 2 places to visit in this fucking
Yeah.
swamp hole.
Yeah, the armory,
So,
and then maybe.
What does
the
everybody think of schmuck here that we just got done talking to and his hush?
dock. I mean, that guy had some schizophrenia issues for sure.
Yeah, what was wrong with that man?
There's gotta be
don't know.
something. This town seems fucking weird.
It was odd, to say the least. We'll have to
It's like the fucking...
potentially investigate this later, I think, because there was something up with that bugger.
exactly, man. It's like the fucking people from fucking SpongeBob.
There you go.
You're just talking it in
Onward
some
to the
language.
smithies.
Yeah, I think we should head to the smithy, see if we can vendor some of this other stuff we got here.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So you make your way kind of down the pathway here, kind of reaching the end. And you see the totem that's kind of standing in a kind of an angled, uneven, unbalanced way here against the rocks. Seems to be a couple of skulls, smaller than what you would imagine a human skull would be, significantly smaller as you kind of cross underneath the threshold here and I'll go ahead and let you move your token wherever you like, if you choose to, or you can just tell me where you're going here.
Is it just the one totem, or are there a couple like around the house?
There seems to be two that you can see, Ronan. There's kind of a larger one, kind of off to the southeast of the house there, the entrance to the house there. It's brightly colored, from what you can tell, yellows, reds, greens, some purples on the edges.
Definitely freak some people out by leaving that bear head there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I seem to remember a dismembered large bear head being left in front of the store, and now they think they're being haunted by evil spirits.
Yeah, not ringing any bells.
I mean, we don't know how it got there, of course.
I mean, who's to say the spirits are evil?
I mean, that too. Although they
Probably just friendly bear spirits. It's fine.
maybe, unless it was the spirits that decapitated the bear.
Nah.
But I'm still alive. So I can't be a spirit. Right?
Well, I mean,
We don't know that.
I have a brief existential crisis.
Ooh, I like the token, man. That's cool.
Thank you. It's Sato made it, like way back in the day.
way back.
We just never used it.
It's the Wizard of Oz.
It is the Wizard of Oz.
I think we used it once or twice on the big world map.
Oh, we might have.
But anyway,
Yeah, do we know which building of these is the weaponry?
You do. So you remember walking when you came into the town. You remember kind of on your left there, the first building was the building that you could smell soot coming from. You could see kind of the chimney kind of billowing heavy, thick smoke. You could see there's an anvil around the back. I didn't do a good job of putting it on the map here, but you can see there's an anvil kind of around the corner. You could barely make it out, maybe through some bushes and some shrubbery, kind of around the corner there, D1. But you could definitely see that's where you remember it being.
Nice.
what's this dude's name?
Did we find out his name? Let me look at my notes.
I think we did. Give me a second. I'll check the notes.
So Jas was at the general store. Hedrick's at the docks. Helson? No. God, my notes are so messy.
I think that's it.
Hey, at least you take notes.
Yep, Elson the blacksmith.
Oh, it is Helson. Okay. All right. Well, I think we'll slowly make our way over to Helson's blacksmith.
All right, sounds good. As you walk up the path here, D1, kind of you all in a straight line, being aware of your surroundings here, you kind of step into the foyer and into the main room here of a very kind of cozy shop. From what you can tell, there are shields on the wall directly behind a counter kind of facing you. And in front of you, kind of slung over the counter, are various satchels and belts with different attachments on them. You see there's like a couple of pouches on one. One belt seems to have a couple of knots of maybe heavy leather strips to tie off maybe some potion bottles and such. They seem to kind of be all scattered throughout the place here, almost as if our good friend Hellsun seems to be maybe manufacturing them for some reason. As he kind of sees you all walk in, he kind of gives you a wave and continues with his very large needle as he begins to continue to thread through the leather here with a piece of metal and a bit of thread. You could see his scars. The first thing that you notice, and you remember them from before, it's pretty obvious. The amount of scarring and kind of bits of flesh that are kind of removed from his arms and part of his face. It's pretty gruesome to witness the heavy scarring and such. But you could see he's a dwarf, and yeah, he welcomes you in. Aren't you the adventurers that were set out to? Did you ever find Trebre?
Well,
First thing he says when you walks in.
Yeah. We did go on an adventure. Unfortunately, no luck finding the wizard himself, but we did uncover some wild mysteries in the search for him.
So you didn't find him?
Unfortunately, we did not.
I fear letting my mind wander too far. I can't help but think that he may be in trouble or hurt somewhere.
Well, at some point, I think we plan to go back into his home there and search for more clues and try to see what else we can do.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
we definitely looked for the guy a long time.
We did. We went through his house. We went through all kinds of places. We actually accumulated quite a bit of gear and treasures during our search as well.
You say you've accumulated some. Let's see what you have here. Are you interested in selling?
I mean, yeah, we're kind of low on gold, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we're definitely
Always down for wheeling and dealing.
Well, we are always happy to help travelers passing through. As he kind of itches a spot on his face that looks like a new piece of skin that had been burned from slag or some metalworking blacksmithing accident. Big holes in his beard as he kind of looks down at the counter here. So you didn't find him. I'm gonna have to find somebody else to help me with this. Kind of looks around the shop. So what do you have here? Let's see what you have.
All right, look, everybody is going to put on the table. Mace. We have a very fancy-looking mace here. It's got this white gem in it. It seems to be able to cast magical light.
Let me see this thing. He looks at it kind of intently here, puts it down on the counter and kind of gets real close to the white gem kind of in the head of it. Gives it a touch and backs off a bit. Okay. Where'd you manage to... Well, don't even answer as he kind of looks around and gives you a smirk. As you know, the whole land here, the whole countryside is just riddled with sinkholes and such that lead to ruins beneath the surface.
As we were looking around for Trebway, we just kind of fucking fell in a hole and took a few days to figure our way back out.
No, you don't say. How far away? This is a pretty old piece you got here. Looks like.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff we stumbled upon.
How far away did you just say this treasure trove was?
About half a day's walk south.
Half a day's walk south, by the coastline.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with any. Nevertheless, it's a nice piece here. As he kind of goes over it, just totally taking your word for it, not even second guessing you or any of that. As he kind of looks at it, says, "Are you? I'll tell you what. I give you a couple hundred gold for it. Get it out of your hands here. It's probably the best I can do for you. You can see over here on the wall. Do you see that shield over there?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Which one?
It's the one over there above the doorway. It's kind of a heart-shaped, as they call them. Heater-shaped, sorry. Which is your traditional kind of flat on top, kind of curved on the bottom, comes to a point. You can see it's mostly made out of like a dull kind of metal. You don't see any reflections of light or anything coming off of it. He points at it and it kind of walks over to it. Hey, you big guy, come on over here. Give that a touch. Just give it a touch.
Giggity.
Yeah, all right, I'll go over and touch it.
Yeah.
I
give it a
position
touch.
myself where I'm not behind designation 1.
That's hilarious. He gives it a touch, and the shield glows for a moment. The whole room is kind of illuminated for a moment as you look around. Everything is nice and visible. And then as D1 kind of releases a finger, you see the shadows return to their places. The light kind of dims out. I got stuff.
Yeah, the shield. What exactly does it do besides glow?
Well, what I'm trying to show you here is I got a couple items like this already. And they're pretty useful and pretty handy. Keep your hands clear, so you can see. But as you can see, I'm not really in the market right now to be spending lots of money on things like this. I can probably give you about 200 gold for it if you'll take that.
For the mace? Well, maybe let's see what else you have for items, because we could be interested.
We do
in some
trade.
trades, yeah.
All right.
We'll just make, instead of doing this piece part shit, we'll lay out what all we got, and you can run us through what all you got, and we can barter and haggle from there.
Well, what exactly are you looking for, I guess is the good question.
Any cool items that might have some magical properties. We could be interested in almost anything.
Well, I have some stuff that is cold to the touch, if that's what you're looking for. I'm sorry, I'm being a total dick.
I mean, listen, buddy, if you want to make a sale, you might want to give us some details on your items here, or else, we're just gonna have to ask for gold, I'm afraid.
What do you all know about the pile?
The pile.
Yeah. On the pile. You don't know anything about
exactly
the pile?
zero.
I just stare at him blankly.
All right. He kind of looks around. Hey, close that door behind you there, red friend. He kind of looks at you, Griff. Pull the door shut behind you.
Try and fucking grasp it with my fucking blades.
All right.
Just kick it.
You grasp it with
Yeah, all right. I'll just kick it. Fuck
Roundhouse.
it.
That's right. Bam. Slam the door shut. The door shuts behind you, and and he begins to tell a story. about something called the Pile. Everyone around here knows about the Pile. If you
Is
want,
this like some kind of orgy?
oh God, if you want the good stuff, you gotta go see the boss. Unfortunately, a lot of us here, we travel in different circles.
You know, I've been hearing a lot about this boss character. So who's in charge of the, I don't know, faction, if you want to call it that?
The family?
Yeah, like what's the counter to the family in this town?
The counter? Well, there isn't much of a resistance, if that's what you mean. We basically live our lives. We do what we're told. There isn't much for any kind of justice in this part of the land here. We're too far south. We're too far from Willowwind City and all the justice that happens there. We do what we must to survive down here. The boss has been here quite a while. He kind of he has ears everywhere. Know that first.
All right, I was
Don't
just curious.
cross. Don't cross the family.
Boss. It's
Who's
the boss of the boss.
There's always someone higher on the totem pole, friend. Kind of gets his hammer from the side of his belt, and he kind of puts it up on the counter and lays it in front of you. He says, "Do you see this? It's like a big purple gem in the side of the hammer. I had to obtain certain things in order to gain possession of this here hammer from the boss."
Oh
So
God.
aside from the nice-looking gem, what's this hammer do for you?
Kind of looks around more. I feel like I've said too much already. Kind of slides it back in his side pouch, kind of on a little resting spot here of some leather straps on the side. As he kind of puts a thumb over the purple gem, you kind of see it shimmer for a moment, Ronan, and then he kind of looks back at you and says, "I understand what you seek. The problem is that I don't think you're going to find refuge here." He looks at you, Ronan, and says that.
I don't think I catch your meaning.
He gives you a little smirk. "You will."
Oh shit.
He says, "Here,
Ominous as fuck.
let me get the shield down for you and show you a little bit more. So there's a couple of items here. I don't want to waste too much of your time here. There's a lot of items here on the walls. Most of them are just very, very pretty items, very nice, elegant pieces. Some absolute fantastic craftsmanship here on a lot of these items. You see some swords here, some short swords with the finger guards that are kind of highly decorated, kind of in different, shoot off in different angles and such. There's a crossbow that you see that catches your attention. It's pretty nice. You can see there's some, it looks like silver kind of inlaid on the sides of it that kind of come to a point in the front, almost like an arrow that's being shot out, but it's kind of a depiction of it on the side. Brandy, something catches your attention. There's a rapier hanging on the wall. It's hung from a holster, along with a little dagger that's kind of sitting right next to the rapier. It's kind of looks like a set.
Oh my god, a set?
From what you can tell, yeah, it's really
But I
pretty.
love sets.
It's like there's a little blue gem on the hilt, underneath, and then on the top there seems to be like black and white, a weird pattern of black and white crystals, very tiny. They kind of line the outer edge of the finger guard on the edge of the rapier. It's really, really pretty. As he kind of sees you eyeballing it, he kind of, I see you looking at it. He goes over and he takes it down off the wall and he kind of puts it down in front of you. And if you'd like, you can kind of unsheath it. And as you
Sure.
do, you see on the blade itself, there are little runic patterns. There's probably maybe 20 or 30 of them that kind of spiral around the blade from the very base of the finger guard all the way up about halfway through the blade.
Oh yeah, I definitely like this set.
That's a rapier. Yeah, it's round, so it's, if you can imagine the way that it's very tiny, but it's
Yeah,
all
I
the
got
way
a,
around.
I
Very
got a nice mental
intricate.
picture of it.
Yeah,
It's intricate as fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
really fancy. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me more about this set here.
He says, this is pretty much this is one of the only things I keep hidden from the boss. His cronies come in. He keeps looking at the door. He says, listen, the last person that had this, they were adventurers just like you. They came through the town here. One of them vanished. It was not long ago, not long before we lost Trebre in the town here. Listen, I have to know that you're fighting for the right team here. Do you have any? Is there any way that? How can I trust you? He kind of seems frantic and kind of unplaced, frantic. Like he's like almost frantic in a way.
He's not sure what to make of us.
Yes.
Well, first of all, what side do you consider to be the right side?
What side do you consider to be the right side?
How can we know we can trust you?
As of yet,
And I have
Why
a feeling.
do you need more trust than a simple customer interaction?
I see.
This is a
power.
special item.
we're newcomers to town. We haven't. We don't know enough about this town to know what's what yet, so we're literally
That's exactly
what
why.
Roots or anything? Shit.
Listen, listen. That's exactly why you don't know anything around here, and I could tell that when you walked in. I could tell that you're not from around here. Listen, you have to do something about the boss. He's come into possession of items that could change everything. The control of power in this whole land.
This whole land, meaning this small podunk town,
Or meaning from the sea, from the sea to the west to the sea to the east, from the mountains of the north to the sands of the
shit.
south.
Okay, that's a considerably larger area.
Is this Palestine?
Oh
I got.
no!
I'm sorry.
He
I'm sorry.
that
That was too good. You set me.
It was the perfect setup, yeah. No, he you could see like a bead of sweat kind of roll off his forehead as he kind of looks around the room more. And he kind of stops and kind of like his eyes fixate back on you, Ronan. You have to understand. Everybody in this town is a prisoner. Anyway, I feel like I've said too much already. I shouldn't even have shown you this. And he kind of puts the rapier back in the sheath. Brandy, like right in front of you. Do you stop him?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. He kind
I
of
go,
looks.
hey, listen. I mean, I think I could get some good use out of this. And I do mean some good use.
I'll tell you what. I'll make a deal with you.
Okay.
If you can get the boss's, I don't know how you're going to obtain it. Get the boss's journal. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in his. Listen, I shouldn't even be talking about this.
Listen, I'm listening.
Oh God. Yeah,
Journal?
I shouldn't even be talking. If you get that journal and bring it here, I think there's information in there that we can use. You bring me that journal, and I'll give you this.
Okay, I like the sound of that. I would like it better if I, had the weapons with me to help me get the journal. That could help me. I mean, you're worried that
Valid
the
point.
boss's henchmen are looking for the items.
Roll a
so-
persuasion check, Brandy. That's really good.
Oh.
11. I feel. Listen, I understand, but you have some nice weapons there. It's all about trust. You understand? It's a matter of trust. If I give you this, I can't tell you.
Well, friend, why don't we show you what other items we have?
Yeah. Let me see what you have here.
well,
Make sure that door's shut back there behind you there, friend. Please just make sure that door's shut.
Yeah.
Look out the window. Make sure nobody's coming. Did anybody
Maybe,
see you come in here?
Maybe I need to
Didn't
get
see
Bitters out
anybody
and
outside.
have him.
With us, yeah, we can put bitters on launch. That could be an idea.
Yeah,
I left Rocky
Okay.
back at the end to watch those two
yeah.
That's right, you did. Yep.
suspicious folk. at the
Bitters
bar.
could, sit on the roof and be an alarm call for us.
Perfect. That's perfect. There you go.
Okay, so the thing with that is you have to you as Brandy have to
Yeah, you
know
you can't
that
be
you're
into.
looking through Bitters' eyes.
Yeah,
Well,
so
is it something that Bitters will make a sound?
you'll have to
nighttime
actively
parts?
monitor, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you
I
could
can just
fly
kind of
out.
close my eyes and check in every
Nice.
minute or two.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. And how?
Easy. Good job.
Yeah, because how familiar works is because it's a little different than a homunculus.
Yeah.
So in order to channel the vision, you just have to stand there and you can't really kind of see both. You have to kind of be in one place or the other. It's kind of like the people in Game of Thrones. I always forget what their fucking names are. That control the birds and stuff.
It's Bran.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Interesting point though.
Three-eyed
If
raven.
she tells Bitters if it sees anything to just start hooting and hollering, can it do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't-
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
either.
I have to do more research with familiars. I should know more than I do about them.
I would assume that it could.
It should be able to do that. Yeah, a familiar will do what you command it to.
Within reason.
That makes sense.
Reason, and
Yeah, I'm not
in
asking them
combat,
to
but yeah.
sing me a lullaby. Yeah.
That's right. Let me just really quickly. Let me just. Independently, but it only obeys your rules initiative on its own turn. Can't take what is. Yeah, 1 second here. You can communicate with it telepathically. Addition is an action you can see through its familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of the gaining benefits. And during that time, during that time you're deaf and blind with regard to your own senses. So you can kind of do one or the other. Let me see here. As far as commanding it, you can command it to do communicate with it
So I would-
telepathically. Yeah, so we totally
I would
can
tell
do
it
this.
to. I would tell him to give me out an alarm call if he sees someone, and then if he does that, I could just close my eyes and check in and see what he's looking
That's
at.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect. All right, I love it. And so the door remains closed, and Hellsun begins to calm down a bit as he continues to kind of look at the windows, and then looks back at you. All right, here. It's probably best if we just do this. Here, come back here. He kind of brings you all back to a room that's kind of behind. It's kind of a back a hall a little bit, kind of to the right. There's a series of chests and barrels in the room. There's kind of a very large chest, kind of underneath a couple of kind of rusty-looking, junky chests. He kind of moves them to the side, moves a piece of fabric that seems to be covering it up. There's a rather large chest here. As he kind of looks around, takes a key out of his pocket and opens the chest up. And as he opens it up and you look inside, you see there's a room in there. as you kind of all observe. There's also a ladder, which seems insane to you, but as you look down into the chest, there is a fairly large, maybe 12-foot room from what you're guessing. It's a cylinder room. It's kind of like maybe a tower or something. And from what you see, it's lined with swords, shields, spears. There's a couple of pieces of armor, kind of on some wooden mannequins.
Armor
Kind
racks.
of, it's pretty amazing from what you can tell. He kind of gives you a glimpse, and then shuts the lid a little bit and says, "Hopefully, this might build a little bit of trust on my end." Looks at you all.
Maybe
we
you
can
got some back
See eye to eye
items
on
here.
a couple of things. He kind of looks at you and kind of gives you a little smirk. It's amazing what you have to do. Sometimes necessity. We'll get into that another day. You could see like the chest is actually quite hid. It's hidden quite well back here from anybody who might be seeking to find. You could tell very clearly that this is a stash that he's been holding on to of items that he doesn't want anybody else to get.
I can respect the business practice.
All right, so what it is exactly that you all are looking for here? I got some stuff here.
Well, we'd be
As long as you can kind of assure me that you're not gonna use this later on me. If you are working for the boss, you're pretty good spies.
I'm
I
pretty sure
wouldn't
we
say
can
we're
promise you
working
that.
for anybody, really. We're honestly
Remains
just
to be
passing
seen.
through.
That remains to be seen. Nevertheless, and you can tell he's very short, very, very careful, very cautious.
Yeah, so we'd be looking
All right,
for...
let's get this party started. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
wasting so much time here.
We'd be looking for things like anything with magical properties. As you can see, we already have some regular old crap, but we're looking for
What are you
upgrades.
looking for?
Well, armor, shields, weapons, wands.
I love how you slipped wands in there. You sneaky. That is fantastic.
Setting, but
I mean, anything cool, really. We're looking for cool factor here, my friend.
I got some cool stuff. This again with this cool. For some reason, you like stuff cold. I don't understand it. Here, what about this item here? A pair of gloves, keep you warm.
I mean,
Sorry,
that's
you
the
told me
opposite
to
of
be a dick.
cool. That's warm. But, we're looking for, let's use the word, fantastical, intriguing, mystical,
Sure.
magical, cool. You know, stuff that to impress the ladies.
Some of this stuff's gonna cost you some gold. Do you have
We've
some
got some
gold?
pretty fantastic stuff here.
Let's see what you got. Is there anything you have to sell me? Let's do that.
So we have
Pull
we'll
out.
put a bunch of stuff on the table. We'll put the mace on the table. We'll put some beads of refreshment on the table. The veteran's cane, which is well, actually maybe we'll hang on to that. Sorry. We'll put a cloak that's +1 stealth, -2 charisma. We'll put on the table. Ancient dwarven shield, ancient dwarven short sword, ancient dwarven boot dagger with 3 gems. These are all non-magical. Ancient dwarven boots and helm we'll put on the table. Regular pair of studded leather armor we'll put on the table. Studded leather armor +2 stealth, -5 constitution. Long swords advantage on perception checks, but -2 to passive perception.
I'll throw my scale and hide armor up on the table too.
Yeah. Fancy radiating breastplate that summons demons or attracts demons.
Yeah.
Oh, we won't tell them about that part though.
Nice. I'm writing down all the stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
for some armor. If we can't find anything here, I'm considering using that.
Well, what you got?
We got a
Quite-
red ruby shifting stone we can show him.
That's right. You do. You do. That's actually pretty good.
Show him your stones.
Oh, yeah.
God.
So, as you continue to like lay stuff down here on the floor around you, you see him kind of like frantically, like he keeps looking at the door. Do you mind looking out there and seeing if anybody's out on the road, coming this way or observing us or?
I think my little halfling friend here has that on.
Oh,
on
she
guard.
does?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's on.
Oh, you got that on, and he sees your eyes kind of flip back white, Brandy, for a moment, like as you kind of, like concentrate and focus in on bitters and kind of get a good view of your
Yes.
surroundings, and you see, like up high, Brandy, from where you are, you see kind of like pretty far, actually, your perspective is pretty far, and you see kind of walking up the road, seems to be the deck hand, the dock master here, kind of just moving.
Is that
Nothing
Hedwig?
special. Yes. As Hedrick continues with his gazing upon all of your goods here, that was a pretty big hole you stumbled in, I guess, huh? He usually looks over at you, Ronan.
It took us 3 days to figure out how the hell to get out of it, so I
3
would say,
days?
yeah, pretty big fucking hole.
Wow, can you? Would you mind telling me a little bit about it? I'm
little bit. I
very
fucking
curious.
died.
You died?
I died. Big guy over there died.
The whole
Wow.
the whole place
Well,
ended up
maybe not
caving in on
died,
us.
but-
We
It
barely
caved
got out. Yeah, it all caved in. I don't know. We were, I guess, fucking shaking the place up too much. Rocks started falling. Yeah, it all caved in. So we barely.
Well, there's
escaped
more.
with our life.
Is there more treasure? Did you get all the goods?
I feel we got it all. I mean, we got everything we seen.
Yeah, anything that seemed worth taking and wasn't nailed down.
Huh. Man, I gotta get out more. Okay.
Does this guy look capable? Like,
No, he does not.
Oh God.
He's like really messed up. He's like hunched over, like to the left a bit. And you
Oh,
almost
well,
swear, Ronan, that his right leg is shorter than his left leg. He's
So
just in bad
he
shape.
walks in circles.
He walks in circles. He just kind of like limps a bit, like he kind of limps and drags as he walks. Aside from all of his scars and scratches, you can see burn marks.
Yeah. So we showed you ours. Now it's your turn to show
Like
you
the
show us
bounty,
yours.
Well, let me see here. He begins to remove items from his chest here. Let me see here. This is a rather nice piece here. He pulls out a pretty nice glaive, actually. Ronan, from what you can tell, your eyes immediately are drawn to it. It's just something about it, Ronan, doesn't seem entirely right. It's almost too pretty. It's too nice, right? Like it's too
gaudy.
It's gaudy. Yeah, it's very. It looks as though it belongs to some kind of guard of a very high stature, very high status, like some kind of, I don't know, maybe more ceremonial than function. It's hard to say, but he pulls it out nonetheless. This was found about 30 miles to the easty here, in one of those holes, as you all say. The person that brought this to me lost his hand. So interesting story down there. Apparently, a lot of cave-ins around here. That's a thing. It's supposed to be a joke. As he kind of like lays it out in front of you, Ronan. This is a double-sided glaive, so it's a blade on both sides. This has +2 to attack and to attack roll, so it's pretty hefty.
Yeah.
It also has a black jewel, kind of about 3/4 of the way up the handle. He says, "There's a little special, about this. This, and you're gonna fucking think I'm crazy. This glaive has a stone in it that seems to hold magic."
Hmm.
You want me to just tell you what it does and not be a jerk? So you can, Ronan, sacrifice at right before a long rest. If you have any remaining spell slots left, you can take it and put it into the stone before your long rest, and you will have that additional slot for later.
Ooh. I am more than tempted. Yeah, I think I could take that off your hands.
It's a pretty nice piece I take there. As he kind of like lays it down, he also takes out a really nice breastplate, Ronan. It's got overlaying pieces of like what seems to be like black metal. It's really hard to determine what the hell actually it is. It doesn't look like glass. It doesn't look like anything like that. It's some kind of metal. It's just black. It's there's no reflection of light at all on it. It's very dull, kind of like a brushed surface. You can also see there's some stitching kind of right below where the strappings are, kind of to secure it, right on the bottom where your hips would be. And it seems to be some kind of a spell, maybe, or something written out, threaded into the armor, kind of stitched into the armor, from what you can tell. Very simple. It looks maybe elvish to you, from what you can tell, possibly.
Well, elvish stuff is usually pretty light. And I do like lightness in an armor.
It's really light. As a matter of fact, as soon as he you're so smart. As soon as he takes it out, you notice that it's basically weightless.
I might be interested in that as well.
That is a +1 to AC breastplate with. Let me make sure I get this right. Oh, this one actually has graves as well for your wrists.
Greaves?
Greaves. Oh,
Ah. Is it graves? What?
I'm a fucking idiot. Greaves. They all have like a matching little like the threading is all matched. You can kind of see it's written out, kind of sketched like. It's like stitched into the garment, kind of on the side, but it's all the same script.
All right.
And when you wear them together, they give you advantage on stealth checks.
That's not bad. All right. Yeah. I'll take both of these items off your hands.
Well, we got to talk about price there first, bud.
Well, yeah. The rest of the group here would be interested in, and then we'll talk price.
Yeah. Let's see what else you got here. I've got a couple of nice pieces down here. Do you see? Excuse me. Do you see these? You got like a pair of looks like brass knuckles. D1. They're
Okay.
It's like a big piece of metal with like holes in it that you put your fingers through. It seems to be an accessory, from what you can tell, which means you can wear it on top of your gloves.
Nice.
It has 3 red jewels in the very top of it. Really pretty jewels, from what you could tell, but for the most part, it's very dull, like metal. From what you can see, it's got points on the end of it. It looks like you could really really hurt somebody with one shot with these.
Those look definitely interesting.
One punch.
These are +1 to attack, D1, and once per long rest, you can force your opponent to make a dexterity save, and if they fail, they are knocked prone.
Oh, god damn.
Once per round, you can.
Once per long rest. So once per long rest, you can decide, hey, I want that fucker on his ass. You can hit him. He has to make a dex save, a pretty high one, actually, and if he fails the dex save, you knock him prone. Till his next turn.
Nice. All right, you got for someone that seemed so nonchalant as we walked on. You got some interesting stuff here, my friend.
Like I said, I feel like I should be building a little bit of trust with you. Since you're not from around here, I feel like I could trust you a little bit more. But then again, boss has spies everywhere, so I feel I am putting myself at risk here. But I mean, what else are we to do at this point? He controls everything in this land. Somebody has to do something. Where's Trebre? I bet you he took Trebre. I bet you he captured him. That he's locked in some cell somewhere, being tortured for information. That bastard.
That could be.
We gotta.
For the case, where do you think the cells would be?
Probably in the boss's lair, I would imagine.
Is his lair under the inn, or does he have something somewhere else?
Ah, so you have been to see the boss.
We spoke.
We've heard of it. Yeah, we know there's an underground area there, but we're wondering. We don't know if that's his lair or if that's just like a hangout and he's got something somewhere else.
The boss has his lair where he has his fun, but he lives beneath the surface of the ground, beneath the mists. I guess he's too afraid to show his face. Or maybe there's more to it. I couldn't say, but there's a whole network of caverns and rooms down there. From what I hear, there are not a lot of people come up and talk about it. I imagine the boss would have something to say if people came up.
Yeah, I can imagine he'd have something to say too.
Well, we're always up for an adventure. Maybe we could sneak in somehow.
All right. Let's see, what else do I have in my bag here? I have this thing here. As he kind of he pulls out what looks to be a horn, D1. It's very pretty. It's made out of like what seems to be brass. There seems to be some like ivory fittings on it. From what you can tell, it's beautiful. There's also some bits and pieces on it that are kind of wrapped around it and with twine that you really can't make out what it is. It's maybe bone, possibly. There are also carvings in the horn here. And he says, this is a special treat here. This is kind of a big deal. You see this inscription on the side here. This is Dwarvish. I'm pretty sure. Let's see how many. Let me see here. Oh, it looks like he explains to you that this is what's called a horn of feast. And what you can do is, and this is crazy. This is a crazy thing. Once per week in the game, this is a new thing. So once per week in the game, you can blow the horn and basically cast the spell Heroic Feast.
Interesting.
Try to snatch that up. That's good shit.
He says, this one here, this one, I've had this one here for quite a while. I had to hide this one from the boss. This could be in the wrong hands. This could be something. Horn, Feast of Heroes, by the way, guys, is like a crazy strong spell that you use to basically buff yourself before a really large battle.
Yeah, it
Or a
gives
really large
some
day.
HP. I think it gives some sort of pseudo bless effect where
Yeah.
you get like a D4 or something on saves or attacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's baller shit.
That sounds
really
really cool.
Aside from that, I have some other stuff here, but I feel like I'd be taking a lot of your time here going through all my inventory. Is there something in particular that you're looking for? Maybe a necklace or a ring or a pair of boots or a weapon or anything at all, potions, anything you're looking for in particular?
Definitely heal potions are always an interesting.
A potion of healing. Fortunately, I don't have any here, but there's a couple of people in town that, again, I feel like I don't feel like I should,
Well, we have spoken with Jess down at the general store already. Seems like a interesting person.
Oh, Jas, good old Jas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jas lives in his own world, that's for sure.
Yeah, he seemed to be talking to somebody else that while we were there. Does he have some sort of mental illness that you're aware of?
Jas is as sane as they come.
He was kept hushing no one.
Oh, that whole thing.
Yeah, that whole thing.
That whole thing, yeah.
So,
Randy, he's actually haunted.
No, I know. I'm afraid of that.
So, let's just say if you go and see our good old friend Jas, just ignore that. That's nothing. That's nothing. His brother pops in from time to time. It's no big deal.
His brother?
Is his brother still with us?
With us is a statement.
Is he still breathing?
What is breathing, really?
Necessary to life.
We're doing it right now.
Right.
Well, unless you're, this one here.
You could say, no.
Sounds like no.
No, he's not.
Right.
He's not
So
breathing.
he's a little bit haunted by his dead brother. Okay.
All right.
They have a connection, you could say.
Why is he always hushing his brother? Well, all right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like for some of the
We'll move on, I guess.
Yeah, we can just ignore it.
Some things
You
are
said
better
you have
left. Sorry.
So let's see. You've got some stuff. What you got? Some kind of some fancy boots, maybe, with some. I could
have
use a
some-
new pair of boots.
I have some fantastic boots here, actually. Let me pull these out of here. They're pretty dusty. They've been in here for a while. He pulls them
These
up.
boots were made for walking.
That's just what they'll do.
Pulls up.
These ones are probably springing and leaping.
And as he pulls them up here, they're like black, pretty high, almost knee high. And they're black, and they have like they're made out of pretty nice fabric here on the top here, and there's nice cured black leather on the bottom, from what you can tell. A little bit of scuff on the left toe, nothing that can't be kind of buffed out pretty well. He says these are quite the thing. These will help you when you're trying to jump pretty high places. They'll also sorry?
Called it.
Yeah, you did, which is hilarious. They also give you a little bit more speed to your step.
Oh, I like the sound of that. What?
These give you 10 extra feet of movement per, which is huge.
Huge.
I definitely could use some new boots, and I can always use some help with my jumps and my steps.
Your size.
Yep. So it gives you advantage on checks when you want to jump, and adds 10 to your movement, which is probably really good for you, Brandy, right? Because I think don't you have reduced movement because you're a halfling?
Yeah, I think it's 25.
Okay, so there you go. So you'll actually end up having a
less than the
35.
rest of us. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be interested in taking those boots off your hands.
Those are pretty nice boots, aren't they? I've had those for a while in here too. What else is in this damn thing? He looks down like a little deeper. Oh, he's got a wand in here too. Here, what is this thing? He kind of tosses it to you, D1. You said you were looking for a wand.
Yeah, always interested in wands.
He kind of like hands it to you. Well, go ahead and give it a flick, Harry Potter.
I don't.
Oh, God.
Who do you point it at?
Who do I aim it at? Yeah.
Give it a flick.
I will aim it. I'm just gonna aim it at the wall. And I'll let it
At the
rip.
wall.
Yeah. Or aim it
You're
at
no
somebody.
fun.
Actually, I'll
Pissing on the-
aim it at him. I'm like, you want me to test it? Here, let's test it.
You're gonna aim it at him? That's okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me do this. All right. So you wave it at him, and you kind of do like a little swish and flick, and
And a sweep.
and as soon as you do, you begin to see just a little bit of a grin begin to appear on his face, and he smiles. He smiles even more, cheek to cheek, very cheeky. Yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of stuck this way now for a little bit. That is a wand of smiles, sir.
You seem to be happy. Interesting.
Even if he's not, he can't help it.
It's
How long does
hurts
that
a little
last?
bit. Lasts for a minute.
That's not too terribly bad.
My face hurts a little bit.
I'll have to say, you look quite jolly.
He kind of brushes it off a bit after a minute. That's a good one there. It's kind of a special one, and has a lot more charges.
Does it recharge on a rest, or
It does. Yeah, it's just a wand of smiles with 6 charges.
cool?
Sato's like, you mother
Well,
effer.
there you go, Mr. Wizard.
I figured it would be something like that.
You can force joy upon us all.
I mean, Rummy could use a wand of smiles, right?
You could. You
That'd be
definitely could.
hilarious. Just make everybody smile. It's great.
Make everybody smile. Nice.
It's a comedian.
Oh man. He also brings out you see a lantern he pulls out from his bag here. This is called a lantern of revealing. It's a pretty nice thing here. As he kind of pulls it out, you can see it's got a kind of a hatch on the front of it, like a little window that you can lift up, and it focuses the light on a very specific area, from what you can tell. The wand of reveal, or the lantern of revealing, reveals anything invisible if it's within its light source, which is really helpful.
Yeah, it's a cool
Yeah,
idea.
that's
So
really
people
helpful.
stealthing out, or people who are invisible, it's really good for that kind of stuff. There are some weapons and such in here, but I feel like before I go any deeper here, I feel like maybe we should all have a drink here. He kind of goes over to the side and pours a little bit of a drink, and this is where we're going to take a little bit of a break, if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm good
hell
with
yeah.
that.
And so I can get my other notes too. All right, I will be right back.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'll be right back to you guys.
Right on.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
That there were two.
Yeah, so what kind of shit are you looking for?
That's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe armor, blades. It's either blades or armor. That's my two main things.
Well, what's your current stuff? Just basic or +1?
Let me see. What the fuck do I have equipped? I think I just have plate armor. Yeah, it's super basic, honestly.
All right.
Yeah, I think I should go for armor over, like, defense over offense. But not too sure, honestly. You can bring up my character sheet, right?
I can't.
God damn it.
Well, offense versus defense is. I'd have to look. Like your subclass feels more offense oriented. So if you're trying to pump out bigger damage, obviously you'd want a weapon. If you're trying to stay in the fight longer, some armor would be the way to go.
Honestly, I do kind of feel like I should kind of get like more of an edge on offense. I feel kind of like I'm lacking in that field. Because I have a couple of things, like I have Second Wind and whatnot, and Anula to kind of be my safety net.
True.
I'm just thinking more like serious offense focus at this point.
And we'll see what he's got.
Yeah, that's
Maybe get you a
Apparently.
seedling.
Seedling. What the fuck?
A seedling sword is a sword that has a, I think it's called Thorn Whip. Thorn Whip is
What the fuck?
a cantrip that druids get, that you whip a target and pull it 10 feet towards you.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Do I have to equip it though?
That would be equip and attune.
Hmm.
I think attune. I might be wrong
I
on
mean, the thing about that is like I could just summon an echo to go hack and slash them.
that. True.
Like, yeah, the Echo Knight is badass.
Oh yeah, dude. Echo Knight's got some fucking nutty shit.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's just like, yeah, hack and slash.
And you don't want to sleep on battlefield control though. Like later levels will have shit that AoE effects on the ground that linger for, until somebody loses concentration or whatever. But if you like whip somebody into that,
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
that and then I think I'd have to double check, but as far as like opportunity attacks, if you whip somebody away from me or Sato, I think we would get an opportunity on them. I know there are some things that specifically say that you don't get an opportunity to attack through forced movement.
Oh, yeah, the Sentinel. Sentinel is fucking cool. I haven't used it much, but yeah, I definitely have to. Because, yeah, I get advantage roll, I believe.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What up?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
God
I
damn.
felt bad. I felt bad because, like, I remember last week being like, you guys want, like, we did all this stuff and got you guys some gold and stuff, and then you guys wanted to buy stuff, but I was like, well, the boss has everything, so I felt bad. So I had to give you some shit to buy, right?
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, what's the name of this merchant again?
His name is
Hell-
Hellson.
Helson. Okay.
Yeah, Hellson, just like it sounds. It's a weird name,
Nice.
right?
I only gave him 1 L.
There you go. Yeah.
I got all this fucking Israel shit stuck in my head. I'm like, Hezbollah?
There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Going on.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly try and stay out of it, but it's just good to know. I mean, it could
It's
be
a
a
rabbit
lot
hole.
worse. Exactly, dude. I mean, as bad as my problems are, as some fucking, American white dude. It's like, at least I'm not in the middle of like a holy war.
Yeah, not hearing gunshots in every fucking night.
Exactly, man. Like I can say hi to my neighbors and shit. Like,
Right.
Everybody here?
I think we're still missing at least Sato. Not sure about Amanda.
Cool.
Oh, so quick question, Reeks.
Yeah, sure.
The glaive that I have,
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if you said that was going to grow in power or...
It is. So if you want this
Ooh.
glaive, we're going to do some cool magic-y type stuff.
Okay.
I'll show you. Like if you get it, we'll do it right here in the session. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. Like, I couldn't remember if... I thought that the glaive that I had was special in some way, but I couldn't remember how.
Yes.
But I
You-
figured,
yeah,
if nothing else, I'll just pick
Yeah.
up this new one and use it until, mine grows or whatever.
I think you'll like what happens. Sweet. All right. Is everybody here?
So, Amanda or Brandy, sorry?
dun, dun,
Miss
dun.
Brandy Winebottom.
It's like, another thing too. The pair of bracers here. These are pretty nice. If you get yourself into trouble, you can do this. And he kind of like concentrates for a moment when he puts like a thumb like right on the tip of the bracer, and you see like a splash of grease kind of splash out from the bracer and got land on the floor right in front of you.
Trying to think how that would be useful, but yeah, I mean, looks
Well,
slippery.
So these are bracers that have the grease spell in them attached to them once per long rest.
Yeah, grease is pretty nice.
They're just very basic bracers. Is there God, I have a lot of stuff down in here.
What do you
gotta-
have for full plate mail? Anything in that?
Plate mill. You see the kind of deep red, almost like an iodized metal, D1, as he kind of points down into the chest, as he can't, is unable to kind of lift it all out. But you could see down in the chest there is a wooden kind of mannequin form, like pieces of board kind of laid out in such a way that you could put armor on it. It is a helmet, a breastplate, some bracers, from what you can tell. They're all red. It's like right out of Dracula, if you were to go there. Very exquisite, absolutely exquisite. Like red metal and some red leather accents on the sides. Seems to be, looks like a dragon head or something. Insignia, like on the chest. Some kind of a dragon head, D1.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Hey, what does it do, Reeks?
Yeah, I'll just say that was interesting. What's the deal
Yeah.
with that?
So that is a +1. That's a +1. But the great part. Are you ready? This has
I'm doing a
the
drum roll.
nice. This has the Shield of Faith spell attached to it.
That is interesting.
Let me double check here my note to make sure that I don't give you
Griff
something.
can
that's-
wear plate. Don't you already
That
have
is
some
true.
fancy smanchy?
I don't know how fancy smanchy it
No, I
is.
meant Diz.
Oh.
Let's see.
Good
That's
lord.
Shield of Faith. Yep. Because it's It's a 10-minute. Yep. All right. This sounds absolutely insane for what it is, but this has the spell Shield of Faith in it. that you can activate once per long rest just on its own.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Is that the only set of plate? We have a couple of us that might be interested in plate here.
Yeah, there was one that I described. Oh, I did not. I'm sorry. I thought I did. I'm looking at my sheet here. I've
Yeah.
got so much shit written down. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you showing us a breastplate and one set of plate.
Yeah, what are you looking for there? Leather armor? Looks like.
Well, studded leather or another set of plate, either or. Both if you got them.
What would you prefer then?
Well,
both,
our
a little.
our little halfling friend here would be interested in some studded leather, I'm sure. But
Well, this is
yeah.
this is a nice piece of studded leather armor right here. You could tell it's a little bit flashy, but you know, it'll help you move around a little bit. Gives you a +2 on all dexterity checks while you're wearing it.
ooh, that is very interesting.
Doesn't seem to have anything. Oh, it's a +1. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. +1 AC.
+1 to death check. What
Yep.
is Brandy wearing currently?
Mine has it's a +1 AC and then +3 to intimidation rolls.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you have to decide whether you want your +3 in Tim or you want +2 to Dex, which is kind of crazy because you already have crazy Dex, right?
I've got a boatload of decks.
Yeah.
Yes, +3 to intimidation rolls.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like.
I got some plate here as well. This is actually pretty nice. This is gonna go for probably a little bit more gold than you might actually have in those pouches on your side there, friend.
And what's this all about?
So this is silver plate, full plate, and the whole shindig, the helmet. It has the whole. It's an entire set of armor, and this gives you +1 to strength, +1 to charisma, and -1 to intellect.
Sorry, I'm typing while we do this.
That is also a +2 AC. As you can see, I didn't make cards for all this because there's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That is interesting.
That also has a hidden quality. He's very hesitant about telling you the entire, just because he doesn't think that you're going to buy it. He doesn't think that you have the gold to buy this because of it. But he says, you know, there are other great things about it. But you know, kind of puts it aside.
Yeah. Well, we might not be that interested in that one. Well, maybe my red friend here would be +1 strength. But yeah. What else do you have?
Oh, do you have anything else here to sell?
What have we laid out so far? Quite a bit. Let me look.
I think you got all of it. I'm not sure.
We have a ton of gems. I gotta sort of look over at Ronan and just sort of shrug at him.
Oh, you have gems. Listen,
We have gems.
I would love to take those gems off you and make a bunch of money from Hedrick. But I'll tell you what, well, if you're gonna buy some of these goods here, it seems like we're gonna do some business here. When you're done with me, head over and see Hedrick. He has kind of a thing for gems and precious stones.
Yeah, well, those fishermen like shiny things.
Ha 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 ha! Gotta give you a laugh.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you definitely got some interesting stuff here, Brenda.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely liking the boots.
The boots are very cool. What would be interested in? Oh, I got Ronan. The glaive looked interesting. That breastplate looks really interesting. The knuckles look very interesting. The horn could be cool. The boots are definitely cool. Lantern could be cool. Bracers, maybe we could leave the bracers. The plate could be cool. The full red iodized plate, maybe. What is our little fighter friend wearing currently?
Not too much. It's kind of basic.
Yeah, let me look what you have for armor.
I just have some plate armor, it seems.
Yeah, so you're just wearing regular plate at the moment. So that plate could be very cool for you.
Yeah, that plus to strength plate seems pretty nice for him.
How much is it to the strength? Sorry.
Plus 1 to strength, 1 to charisma, minus 1 to intellect.
And unknown effects.
Oh, and
I mean, that's cool with me.
Which
I'm
would
not
be
known
to
for
us,
my
given
intellect.
it does 10 minutes.
You would know if, yeah, I'll probably tell you with a little bit of persuasion.
No, that could be cool. Like, I definitely am eyeballing that. There's no blades, like a set of blades that we see.
Well, you gotta ask him.
Oh, I thought his wares were out. Thought he was flaunting it.
He's slowly pulling stuff out of that chest, it looks like, but this guy seems
teasing
hesitant
us.
to show us his good stuff.
He kind of keeps looking at you, yeah, like almost waiting for you to kind of strike up a conversation or be a little bit more personable. You know, it just seems very.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
just
we haven't given him a
directly
lot
ask
to work with, I guess.
I'll literally just directly ask. I'll put my blades on the table and be like, "Look,
You mean your
man,
hands? Like your.
my lack of hands."
You just gonna like put them on the counter? Like.
Yeah, I'll be like, "Look, man, this is all I've got. You got anything that might suit me?"
How did that, do you mind, it might be a kind of a personal question, how did that happen to you? Did you,
It's a long story, long time ago.
surely there's gotta be a better way of attaching those things, have you talked to a blacksmith?
I can't say that I have in
It's
this
just a
land.
matter of building you like a harness that kind of goes up around your shoulders. See, I have something kind of similar in the back here. Kind of pulls out a big leather kind of harness, Griff, and it has buckles kind of on the sides, and the buckles, they look like they attach to something. You're gonna love this. He brings out a box, and the box has various shaped things inside of it, we'll say. And he says to you, it almost seems like it was meant to be, huh? As he kind of looks at you and says, with a little bit of fashioning here, I might be able to make this work. And he opens a box, Griff, and you can see in the box there are about 6 different attachments to this harness.
Ooh.
There's a really long blade. There's a hammer. There's kind of something that looks like a pitchfork.
Like a
There's
dildo?
also
I'm sorry.
there's like something that looks like you could grab with it. Like it has appendages you can grab with it and reach with it and such. And it all attaches to this kind of harness system that you see here before you, Griff. Basically, what this is, out of character, is. This is like a Swiss Army knife for you, man. Like you could
Yeah,
you
I
could turn
gotcha.
your hands into whatever you need them to be. Blades, hammers, grippies.
Grippies. Fuck yeah.
What
that
about
would come in
floaties?
handy.
He really needs.
Yes. He fucking does need some floaties,
God
doesn't
damn
he?
it.
Like badly. Maybe
Let's
D1
get
can make him
waterway.
some. Yeah.
Right.
Some
Fucking
floaties would be
hilarious. Yeah, you know what? We'll put a couple of floaties in there for you to help you out.
right. Yeah.
How about that? Just
Yeah.
put a couple of them in there.
As long
yeah,
as I
so-
get the dildo attachment as well.
Oh my god. Fucking hilarious. So this is in here for you, Griff, because I remember we had a conversation for options for you in case you know. So this is that for you. So you have a Nola's hands as well,
Alright.
but you also this is another option for you that will like literally just open the door
Yeah,
for you.
I'm
You know?
just gonna fucking like cock my head at that and be like, alright, what's your price? Merchant man.
You got a lot of good stuff here laying in front of me. We could probably negotiate if you'd like. What are you interested in? I have a lot more than this. Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot of room in this room right here, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous that the boss might send a crony or two this way.
Coast
I
has been
mean-
clear so far.
It has, and you continue to see the dockmaster kind of walking around, not so staggered today, kind of.
Well, we've got our bird friend keep an eye out.
True, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, like, I mean, I've lived my life up to this point without these fancy attachments, so I'm sure I can keep going without them. But what's a reasonable price, you would say?
I think, let me see here. Let's see how much work I have to do. Put this there, maybe put another hook on that one. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, 300 gold? 400 gold, probably for, you know what? These are special here, as he points to, like, the two very long blades that you can see here, Griff. That would most certainly replace your long swords that you're currently holding.
There we go.
You can see they're +1, but they have a very unique feature. Let me make sure I get this right.
Added bonus.
So you can just count it as 2 long swords +1, and then once per long rest, you may have 1 additional attack.
Oh god. For each one, or just as the set?
As the set.
Damn. Okay. That is pretty fucking good.
So you can just activate it during a turn and be like, I want another attack. I want to activate it. You know what? That's sorry. That is per. That's so you get
No,
2 attacks,
per blade.
not 1.
God
yeah,
damn,
because you have
okay.
2. Because I keep forgetting because your attacks are different than everybody else's. You have your main attack and then your second attack and then you have your third, right? For your arm.
Right, yeah.
You
3
get 2.
total.
Yep. So you can activate this and get 2 additional hits.
Jesus. Okay. All right. I will. I'll definitely ask him what the what the price would be if I bought both his Swiss Army knife and his blades here.
So it's gonna be
Box set.
about 400 gold for the whole set here, which is like nothing, right?
Yeah.
But again, this is all about trust, there, friend. And I have to ask that if we make these deals today, that you guys put a little bit of thought into maybe keeping your eyes peeled for Trebre. He's a dear friend. I hate
We
to see
haven't
anything
stopped
bad
looking
happen.
for him.
Oh yeah, we're definitely on a mission to find and hopefully rescue him.
Okay, makes me feel. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, we just needed to gear up a little bit. We took some rough hits when we were down there.
Could I try and roll maybe
see
a
that mark on your
persuasion
face.
and try and give just a little bit more info to him so he'll
Oh
just
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit more.
You know what? Go ahead and just. You don't have to roll anything, Griff, for this.
Nope.
Whatever
Okay.
you feel like, and this is a great part about this, is all
Some
these
flavor.
guys have reputation. So depending on what you give them and what you don't give them is important, right? So go ahead, yeah, have at it.
Okay. Really, I'll just enlighten him to the fact that we've recently did run across Trebre. But yeah, I'm just gonna say that we've seen Trebre recently, and we did see him pretty much alive. We'll leave it at that.
You saw him alive? Where did you see him? Is he
can't
around
say
here?
where, but
Wait, what do you mean?
it was on our adventures. We didn't know he was Trebre at the time, but we can confirm
How
he
do we
was
know?
living.
We're not even sure if it was Trebre, actually.
Wait, then how do you know you saw Trebre? Wait,
He-
did he say
He
he?
seemed to be a man of great magic power. We
Man of
learned
great-
after the fact that it was most likely Trebre.
After the fact. I'm sorry, friend. I don't entirely follow you. So you saw Trebre. You found him. So you did find him on your journey. So what are you saying exactly?
I think he might have gotten hit on his head, and he's not really sure.
He's been day drinking.
We're not sure. We've seen a lot of stuff. When we said we weren't sure if we found him, it's because we are uncertain. But the bottom line is we haven't rescued anyone yet. But that is our plan, and we will
Plan is to go back
investigate.
there.
Yeah.
Wait, where did you see him? Where did you find him?
We, on our adventures,
On your adventures. I'm sorry, forgive me, but that's a little too vague. It sounds like you're trying to hide something.
Well, let's just say
Oh,
that
God.
hole we were in that collapsed.
It was an
in on
underground
itself.
area,
Yeah.
and getting down to it was incredibly treacherous, and we were able to get back out of it, but trying to find our way back exactly is going to prove to be very challenging.
Now, unfortunately, if that was Trebre down there that we saw, we're not sure if he survived the cave-in.
We
So-
didn't survive completely. We narrowly scraped by with our lives.
I've
he-
indulged too
I
much.
kept tripping.
Could I
put on
offer
this
you
damn
some
bridge.
rotten peaches to distract?
So he looks at you. He says, wait, back up. Forgive me. When you all came in, I asked you, have you seen Trebre? How does the search
we
go? And
just said we're not entirely sure that guy was Trebre. He was
Oh.
just some mage.
so you didn't talk
Yeah,
to him.
No.
no. And as
we were
we've
a little
talked more
busy
to
running
you,
from a cave-in.
I
which
see, I
Personally,
see.
I didn't necessarily make it out of.
I see. So you saw there was no communication. They didn't make it out. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Roll a persuasion check, all of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, we've told you what we know about.
This is good. No, this is
Trebre.
really good stuff, man. It's icy, slippery.
Persuasion. Where is persuasion?
I just am curious what his relation to Trebre is.
he says he's a friend, so.
14.
And the other guy in this was what,
I-
brother.
Ronan with the 21.
Yeah.
Griff with the 17.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's so funny that you guys, for some reason, you latched on to Sergeant Calthrope being his brother, which is so funny because I don't think I ever actually said that.
Said brother.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I
But it's
thought his
okay.
brother was the dude we met in the inn that sent us to find him.
No,
that's
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
it's okay. It's okay. I mean, whatever.
We've all
it's
been
fun.
day
I think
drinking
Calvin
apparently.
said it was his friend, I believe.
Yeah, somebody very important to it, but it doesn't matter. It's just cool to me. I just love it. All right.
I mean,
Well, he sits here with all of your persuasion checks. Man, his rolls are horrible. Is that too loud? It might be.
Yeah,
sorry.
slightly. It's really cranking up there.
I know.
The
it's fucking-
suspense.
It's cranked. There we go. His mood, his excitement kind of diminishes a bit. And he comes back down to kind of more of the baseline and gives you a sigh.
yeah,
Well-
friend, I understand it. Well, all we can say is we don't know if that was him. We don't know if he's still alive, but we will do what we can to find him alive.
he was
If he's
he-
alive.
if that was Trebre, and he's gone, then
Yeah,
we're in a
we
lot
didn't
more
want to say
trouble
anything because we weren't
than
sure.
we
and
thought.
with the cave-in and stuff, you know, a little depressing if it was, right? So that's why we didn't say anything.
Yeah, what
when we first
exactly
came
is
in.
what is Trebre to this community? I feel like he seems like a very important figure amongst you guys.
He was supposed to be one of the beacons. There's 7 beacons spread out throughout the continent, the countryside here. He's it's a long story. Suffice it to say, he was supposed to be a protector against the boss. The boss actually stumbled onto some truths that Trebre had found out, and he had, I guess, tried to get away, tried to hide from the boss, maybe. I don't know. He's important. He's important to the existence of. Well, that's a story for another day. Unfortunately, I still don't entirely know you. But I will say, he kind of goes into a little ramble here about the land that he came from, and how on his way here he was kind of looked down on, and then when he finally got here, it took him a long time to kind of settle in. And Trebre was like one of the people that that made him kind of feel welcome, and would kind of make him feel like a person, and kind of acknowledge him, and give him patronage and all that, and kind of be a friend. And then he learned of Trebre's kind of dabblings, and this is where you all kind of get really interested. You all lean in. He begins to talk about Trebre's dealings with the other side. He keeps saying he has all these notes about the other side, and about how the communion, the communication and the communion between the planes, and about how important the communion was to him, and how his whole life was devoted around that communication between the planes, between this plane and that. And he goes on and on.
With who? Other beacons, or
Exactly.
Wait, I thought all the beacons were on this plane.
Well, they're in this they're on this continent. They're in this country. They're in this land. But they're not all necessarily on the same plane. Anyway, I probably went a little too far there. I have a tendency of doing that. Listen,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're definitely on your side, my friend. We're, if there's any way we can bring Trebre back alive, we will do everything within our power to do it.
Well, maybe we can go back. Maybe we can go back and move around the rocks.
It caved in pretty hard, my friend. We barely made it out alive. The entire structure
you've been
caved in
moving
on
a lot
itself.
of rocks for a long time.
That's bad news.
It is,
It's
but he's a
unfortunate.
powerful wizard, from what I hear. From what you've been telling me, he seems like he was a powerful. So he could have survived.
Ambitious.
If it was him, we don't even really know if it was him. But
Just a very magical man.
you never
So
know.
you're saying your town is missing its protector, Maybe we could help fill in that role.
Maybe you could. I'm kind of hoping on that. Maybe we can push back a bit. If you only knew the suppression, do you know about the halflings to the north? Where are you from exactly?
Oh, we are from across the ocean, my friend. We were,
The Great Sea.
yeah, we were captured. Basically bailed from a burning ship in the middle of the ocean, barely made it to shore, and now we're in a new land that we are very unfamiliar with.
Friggin'
And this
orc
is the
spray.
first place that we made it to.
Oh, this is the first town you've made it to. I see. Okay, so you haven't been here long.
You are correct.
I see. Which would explain why the boss wants to get his hands on you. Listen, the boss, he has many types in his employment, and included and involved in the family. You have to know that some of those have certain gifts of persuasion and certain charm. You must always be able to find yourself. You must always be aware of your surroundings when you're around the boss. You must always be conscious of it. Do not allow him to use you as a puppet, as he's done to so many in the past.
Yeah, we kind of figured out that he likes to use people.
We've seen the boss. We're not scared.
There's another thing. He kind of leans in closer. If you do meet with the boss, he has a very particular family crest, a shield with my family crest on it. He stole it from me quite a while ago. If you happen to find the pile, as it's called, see if you can locate that for me, and I'll pay you a very, very hefty reward for bringing it to me.
You got a picture of your family crest we can gander at? Right quick?
You know what? Here, let me sketch it out. He takes a piece of parchment. There's a hammer turned on its side with flames kind of around the hammer. It's very simple.
All right.
We'll
Keep an eye
most
out.
definitely keep an eye out for that. If we find it, we'll be sure to bring it to you.
I would be eternally grateful if you could do that.
So, do you have anything for cloaks or rings?
We have some cloaks in the back here. Got a couple here. He sweeps aside like a weapon rack, and you hear like shields and swords fall on the floor and scatter around in this little room as he reaches down in, kind of down the ladder a little bit. Yeah, the ladder kind of into the room is like a good 10, 12 feet down before you see him kind of actually hit the ground in the ladder. With kind of as he kind of edges you all on, which you are all, just so you know, you're all kind of in the room. I kind of steered your characters, and you're all in the room now, looking around at this vast collection of just artifacts, of like relics of time scattered throughout the room here around you. There's a couple of cloaks on the wall. There's a purple one, seemingly like a deep, rich purple, maybe like a felt or a velvet, very coarse but smooth in certain places. There's also a really odd-looking cloak made out of what seems to be patched together skins from animals, maybe leather. There's some bits of leather, some bits of fur. It looks like maybe something that a barbarian from the far north would wear in the mountains. Very warm. It says these are quite special. The cloak, the cloak of patchwork skins is. Make sure my notes are right. That is a. Oh, this is a cool one. So this is a +1 to dexterity all the time. This requires attunement.
Ah, fuck.
I know. +1 to dex all the time, and once per long rest, you can activate it to add +5 to your stealth.
Interesting. I mean, I'm definitely eyeballing the decks.
And that's for 1 minute.
And +5 stealth?
Yep, to activate it for 1 minute.
Although, isn't that more of like a rogue type thing?
I'm sorry?
Kind of, sort of. Rogues are like naturally good at stealth. This could make up
Yeah,
for
that's
the rest
actually
of our shortcoming.
Very interesting.
Rogues don't use decks?
And what about that purple one over there? Rogue do use.
Yeah, I
use,
typically do.
Dex and stealth, yeah.
Yeah, the purple cloak.
Dex is my main.
It's Dex is really good, right? The purple cloak is something special. As you can see here, all I need to do is just kind of put it up against another color, and it'll change. So this cloak here will change appearances whenever, like, you can spend an action in combat to change its appearance, or you can just do it out of combat whenever you want. It also has a once per long rest quality of increasing any nature check by +5.
Ranger stuff.
Interesting.
That's for
Oh,
one.
I
minute as
never
well.
bought my box or my blades. Damn.
You can if you want.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely end up working out a trade here at some point. You have some interesting items here.
There's a lot of stuff.
What about rings?
Oh, what kind of rings are you looking for? I got a couple down here. I think in this bottom of this chest.
Ring of protection, something with some armor class, maybe evasion.
Oh, here's a very particular ring here. It's a little jade ring, D1. As he pulls it out, it looks like a little jade dragon. Kind of has its tongue and its tail in its mouth as it's kind of as it loops around. This is a ring of psychic protection or psychic resistance.
Ooh, psychic resistance is good.
And then there's another one that looks similar. It looks like it's made out of plant materials, but it's like it's been kind of cured and kind of like glazed, if you will, kind of hardened. And it's just like looks like little vines kind of wrapped over each other. And that is a ring of poison resistance.
Interesting.
Says these are the only two that I seem to have right now. Like I said, you can break into the pile. You might be able to find a lot more.
Yeah, this pile sounds like something definitely worth looking for.
Yeah.
I would love to climb onto the pile.
I mean,
Not in like a
You
gateway.
want to do a Scrooge McDuck in the pile, huh? Just like dive in.
Not in like a like a gateway. $20 is $20.
$20
Grill.
is $20. 20 gold pieces.
Exact.
Well, all right, friend. I don't know. So we've got some interesting stuff you put on the table. We play.
Don't tell anybody I have any of this stuff, okay?
Oh no,
of
your
course,
secret is safe
yeah,
with us.
Of course. So we put down a mace. We'll put down a broken halfling sword. I don't know what you can do with that, but you're a blacksmith, so you could probably make use out of it. We'll put down beads of refreshment.
We already put all that shit down.
Yeah, the
so
shredded
let's just
cloak,
have
all
him
the
raise it
armor.
there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do kind of want to chime in and be like, hey, trust goes both ways, buddy. Like, we've told you everything we know about Trebre. Wink, wink. Do you think that maybe because you trust us a little more, you've gotten to know us, we've told you our background, what we've seen in our adventures? I don't know, maybe you could cut us a bit of a deal here.
Well, if we're gonna,
I mean, information
gonna-
on Trebre is what you were looking for, right?
it's really
That's better
important.
than any gold.
It's really important to me. I have to tell you, if we are gonna build up some kind of a resistance to push back against this, then yeah, I'll give you a nice little roll a persuasion check. Let's see how far this
Oh,
goes.
shit. So close. What's that?
No, it was good, man. It was good. We're gonna see.
You think you're
We're gonna
gonna do stuff and not roll dice in a dice roll game?
It's true. It's true.
Aw,
Of course.
it's gonna break off with some new sword. Persuasion. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, worth a shot, y'all.
Oh,
Shot.
I'll give you
Dice gods hate me.
I'll give you the best. I'll give you the best price that I can give you. I still have to eat. I don't know. You rolled a
fair
5, so
enough.
I can't really.
Fair
Well,
enough.
you'll build a fetch a great price for a lot of these items we given you. Some of it can be melted down. to
That's
make
the
some
thing,
custom
friend.
items.
The problem is that all the stuff I have here in this chest I've had for a really long time because the boss owns most of the magical items that we have around here. If I were to break this out and the boss were to see that I had it, I would be probably executed.
If anybody
I
asks,
see,
we
so-
found it.
So basically, what you're saying is we're the only people around that you even have to sell this stuff to.
That's right.
Basically, it's worthless.
That's about the
except
gist
for
of it.
our business.
Well, it kind of goes both ways in that regard, friend. At the same time, it's hard for me to sell this stuff.
Yeah, he's waited this long. I don't think he minds waiting longer.
I'll give you a good price. How about that?
Yeah, well, it looks like we are interested in potentially the glaive, the breastplate, the knuckles. the-
I knew you'd like the knuckles. I knew.
Yeah, the horn.
Pretty Uh huh.
What if I buy the knuckles?
That'd be hilarious.
No hand.
Just tie them
I'll
on the
take
end.
those.
No, you can use them as a grill.
Yes.
So good.
I like that. That's fucking cool.
Fucking hilarious.
It's OG.
The full red dragon plate and the silver plate, both sets of plate are interesting. Studded leather, we could probably pass on the studded unless.
So you're interested in that red armor, are you?
Yeah,
You
I
are.
think
You
so.
are interested in that. Okay. Well, I guess I'll give you a little bit more. That armor, that red armor, just so you know, has a once per long rest, has a 3rd level prayer of healing embedded in it, which
that
is fucking crazy strong.
Prayer of healing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it's 3D. It's at 3rd level. It's 3d8, and then the modifier is just going to be +2. So it's 3d8 +2 HP to I think it's up to 6 people.
Nice.
That is very
Pretty strong. Yeah, it's basically like having a super potion, all the at once per long rest for everybody. It's really good.
interesting. Yeah, both sets of plate we're interested in. The arm harness, of course. The cloak of animal skins we're very interested in. And maybe the jade ring of psychic resistance. Fair trade for everything we laid on the table.
Unfortunately, a fair trade won't work. Not for me. I need something a little bit more substantial in my hands so that I can,
Okay,
actually
so
have.
No, all right.
how much
What do you
extra gold
want?
are we talking?
What do you want for that glaive and that breastplate?
All right. Well, the glaive is a pretty special piece. There,
Probably looks like a special piece.
yeah. I'll tell you. I'll probably take 600 gold for the glaive,
All right.
and for the breastplate here. Which breastplate were you talking about?
I think it was +1.
+1 black metal, elvish writing, advantage on stealth checks.
Yeah, that was it. The came with gauntlets.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I had it right here. Just right in front of me, of course, right? He says, that's probably gonna run you a little bit more, probably about 1,300 gold.
God damn, I wish my persuasion check was higher.
13 and 6.
So 6 for the glaive, 13 for the 6 for that glaive is
So
steep.
that'd be 1,900.
Call it 2K, and
I was just thinking that. Get out of my head. I will give him 20,000 or 2,000.
2,000?
I
Oh,
was
you're
gonna say,
Oh,
whoa,
flat out.
Won't have that much.
you're rich as fuck.
Yeah,
I'll
all
give
right.
I'll give him 2,000 and say, there, a little bit extra towards that trust.
I really appreciate that, friend. It goes a long way with me. As soon as you take the glaive, Ronan, give me 1 second
I'm the
here.
daddy.
As soon as you take the glaive, Ronan, for one moment, there's a second where you touch the glaive, Ronan, and your hand meets the metal on the glaive, and you're still holding on to the other glaive, and you feel a burning sensation just for a moment. The whole world goes black around you, Ronan,
Oh, shit.
and you feel fire.
Oh, you got
feel
an
heat.
STD.
It seems you're like you're in a cavern or something. You're in you could be in a lava pit itself. Although the fire touches you, but it does not burn you. It's hot, and it you can see it all around your face and around your hair, around your arms, as it begins to wrap around your glaive as you stand here, Ronan. And before you even know it, you're brought back. The same vision of you standing there in this room, kind of looking around. You're very confused, and you look down at your glaive. Your glaive has merged, Ronan, with the glaive that you just purchased. It is a combination of both glaives now. It's actually beautiful. There's there are a couple of holes in the top portion of the glaive, just a couple of little holes, like somebody punched them out, and there are like rings in the holes. Kind of decorative,
But
maybe,
not in like
perhaps.
a gay way.
I'm
sorry.
This is so funny. And it's just it's a lot nicer than what you remember your glaive being, and you could see the same jewels that were in the other glaive are kind of now in your kind of merged glaive as you look at it. You feel the overwhelming sense for just a moment of accomplishment, Ronan. And then you feel kind of a searing pain just for a moment on your left shoulder blade. Just for a moment. As it washes over you and you feel totally normal. And as all of you are standing here, what you observe is Ronan stand there for a second, and he kind of very fast, quickly, his back straightens out and his shoulders straighten out, and his head kind of, everything is very straight and very proper for a moment. And then you see the glaive kind of disappear out of his hand, both of them, and then kind of reappear as one glaive in his right hand.
I am slack-jawed.
Hellsun kind of, for a moment, steps back, and then looks at you. And as he looks at you, you could see in the reflection of his eyeballs, Ronan, there's like a fire you see as it kind of dims out back into black. As you kind of step back into reality again. You have in your possession, and I'll make you cards for everything you guys buy this week. I'll make you cards for next week. You have a glaive, Ronan, with a, like I said before, you can spend, and I'll put all this in your card. You can, during a long rest, if you have any spell slots left, you can sacrifice it, put it on this glaive, and then have it for tomorrow to use as extra. As an additional spot.
All right. Oh, sorry.
No worries. No worries. The breastplate is a +1 AC breastplate with greaves, and it gives you advantage on stealth checks.
So it's +1 breast.
Yes. Oh, the glaive is +1 as well. Sorry. Should have told you that. This is a lot more work for Sato this week. I'm sorry, brother.
It's all good.
Fucking adding all this stuff.
Yeah, we can make it all work.
And if you have any questions,
I
I'll.
do have one question.
Sure. Yeah.
Does the spell slot stored in the glaive ever dissipate from it?
No, not until you use it. Yep. So you can basically like take a really high level, like if you have a high level spell slot at the end of the day that you didn't use, you could put it
that's
into your
what I'm
staff
saying, man.
or into your glaive. Yeah, and you could use it later. Give you a little bit of help. I felt kind of bummed out because I gave you the storing stone, and then you kind of both were like, "Wow, I could both use this," and I knew that this was coming, so I was like, I didn't want to ruin it for you,
Yeah.
but this is kind of a similar thing.
It's
for you.
appreciated.
Yeah, you got it, man.
This works for me.
Nice. All right, perfect.
I am a happy fucking camper. Thank you, Hal.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, of course, it's my pleasure.
Sorry about the weirdness. I'm not exactly sure what I did or how I did that.
I find it best to just not ask questions. Certain situations.
I would tend to agree with you. And I will happily bounce my way outside.
Yeah,
you got
it. You got it, Ronan. As you kind of make your way, kind of in the foyer there, with Bitters kind of resting on the lip of the kind of the roof here, just keeping a watch out. Okay. D1, looks like you still have some stuff to sell. You still have some stuff to buy. I'm sorry, this is taking a little longer than I expected.
No, it's all good. Usually shopping does.
Oh, hang on to that demon breastplate. I might use that later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to hang on to the demon breastplate? Okay.
Is anyone keeping track of like our running total for how much we're spending at this fucking guy?
Well, so far it's just Ronan spent, 2,000 total, right?
2K. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And whatever, just take whatever I threw onto that pile for whatever you guys are gonna do.
Oh, lordy.
Nice. All right. Well, what kind of a price do you think for these? I'll take the cursed thing. I go. Actually, this piece here it might be troublesome. We won't bother you with that. But we'll put the mace, beads of refreshment, shredded cloak, all our dwarvish armor.
Some
Okay.
squishy peaches.
Yeah, a set of studded leather. That's +2 stealth, -5 constitution.
All right.
And 2 long swords of gain perception checks while on watch. We'll put all that on the table.
Right. Perfect. He looks at it all, kind of eyeballs a bunch of it here, kind of picks up the cloak, like looks at it, brushes it off a bit, looks at the bottom of the cloak, sees a couple of holes in it, puts that to the side, looks at the boot dagger, picks that up, look, the 3 has the gems in it there, unsheathes it a bit, looks at it, looks over at Brandy, kind of gives her like big eyes, like, wow, this is nice. Slides it back, puts it back down on the thing, picks up the dwarvish helmet, kind of like lifts it up, turns it around, like looks inside of it, kind of puts his hand inside, sweeps that out a bit, kind of blows it out, kind of looks over at you, D1, kind of with a curious look on his face, and then puts that back down, grabs the studded leather armor, kind of flips it around a bit, sees that it's really big and bulky, like very oversized, kind of looks curious, puts that down on the side. He goes over to his table here, D1, and pulls out a drawer, and there's a seemingly like a rod or something in there that he pulls out. It's brightly colored, bands of gold, silver, bronze, and such, reds, blacks, purples, all the way around the perimeter of the rod, kind of in a spiral fashion. As he kind of passes the wand over the items slowly, you see a couple of the items kind of flash yellow. There's like one of them that flashes blue. He kind of stops for a moment and then looks at you and says, you have quite the collection here. You said you just managed to find these in a ruin. These are magnificent. I'll tell you what, I'm I'm looking at all your items here. A couple of these items, I've seen their better days, and a couple of more of these items have some qualities about them that are very curious. But I'll tell you what, I'll throw all these together, and I'll give you 5,000 gold.
But you know what? This was a trust building exercise here. We're gonna accept your first offer, friend.
Oh, 5,000 gold? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll accept 5,000 for the lot.
Wow. Well, I don't know what to say. I appreciate that. Adventurers are usually.
We
okay.
would bargain, but you were talking about building trust. We trust you. We trust you to give us a fair offer. This is all about building trust, right?
All right. This is perfect because
Trust goes
inside
both
you-
ways.
D1, like as soon as he says that, you know that fancy breastplate alone probably would have yielded you like 3K alone. It's in another shop.
Yeah.
So you know that this deal is a deal. A deal. He seems to have gotten some kind of information from the rod that he passed over the items, but he doesn't seem to have gotten all of the information. That you notice that pretty quickly. That he probably doesn't know exactly what he has. He just knows that he has some stuff that's magic. As he kind of passes over and he goes and exchanges the gold, he kind of brings out like kind of a big sack of coin and kind of flops it on the counter in front of you and he says, I believe it's 5K. Let me just he says and he kind of pulls out a couple more coin, throws it on top there. He says, might be a little light. I think that'll do it for it. And it'll probably come out to like 500 or 5,013 gold, something like that. If you want to divvy that up between all of you, or whatever you want to do.
13.
Yep. He says, just remember, I have a lot of stuff here. And just remember your good friend Hellson if you come across any more goods.
For sure, my friend. Actually, we got a couple other things here, actually, now that I look through our stash here. Some not quite so special stuff. We got a couple of regular long swords, one regular short sword. We got this chest of really nice clothes that, I mean, you could use them yourself. They look like they'll fit.
Love it. He kind of like looks at him, looks at the short sword. Is this the broken halfling sword with the broken tip?
No, there's 2 regular long swords, 1 regular short sword.
Okay,
And
nice.
a chest of clothes.
Gotcha. Chest of clothes. He looks through it. Takes a smell. Oh, smell like they've been sitting in a box for 100 years.
Yeah, nothing a wash won't fix.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I like the chest. The quality on the chest is pretty nice. These are pretty nice long swords here. They're pretty old, actually. Look at the steel on these. It's interesting. You see the mark there on the hilt as he kind of like lifts up the short sword. He shows you that there's like a little mark on the hilt, little symbol. It's hard to make out what it means. It's probably like a maker's mark or something. As he flips it down and he says, "I'll give you 300 gold for all."
300 gold per all. We also got this beautiful bracelet with this beautiful green gem in it. The gem alone
that is
gotta be
pretty.
worth something. It's got some magical properties to it as well.
That is
curses.
pretty. Puts his rod and passes his rod over, and you see there's like a golden twinkle as he passes it over. Yeah, I'll give you 400 gold for all of this. How about that?
Oh, this bracelet's worth 400 gold. 1,000. Give us 1,000. Actually, give us. We'll do it for
Good God.
987.
987 is a lot of gold. Let me see here.
Look at this bracelet.
He's the true barter right here.
This
Roll a
bracelet's
perception,
magical.
or I mean, roll a persuasion check for me, D1.
Persuasion.
Or yeah, persuasion, yeah.
It's like you can tell this guy's playing poker.
Ooh, 11. Playing poker, that's right.
Let me see here. That is a pretty nice short sword. How about 500 gold?
587, and you got a deal.
587. 587 it is.
You gotta squeeze them.
Jesus,
bro.
man. With
Don't-
my,
yeah, exactly.
dude, my rolls tonight have been absolutely dismal.
Although
Just-
I want to, you can tell I'm trying to round off that 13.
I know. Totally.
Just know my math is easy.
Yep. Just so it's easier for you to divvy. I totally get it, man. Yeah. Yep. Done.
God damn, I wish my persuasion would have rolled higher than that. I got a 5. I got
that-
shit.
Test the clothes gone.
You guys have more gold than campaign A.
Oh yeah, definitely do.
A lot more.
Campaign A, I have no gold in campaign.
You got nothing. Yeah.
Where did that bracelet? There's a bracelet. Sorry,
I'm sorry, guys. Dragging a little. My bad.
Yeah,
You're good.
We'll try and get this. We'll try and streamline this process in the future. Make it a little quicker.
yeah. I
How
think that's
dare
all
you
we'll
go
sell today.
5 minutes over.
So
It's like,
myself, I think I'm interested in buying those knuckles for sure. What kind of a price do you got on the knuckles?
Oh yeah, those are nice, aren't they? Yeah,
They're pretty.
we found funny story about those knuckles. We found them in a prison cell not too far from here in a ruined structure. Seemed to be right next to a box that had a skull burned into the side of it. Very odd, strangest thing I ever saw. Anyway, yeah, those knuckles, the piece of metal you kind of put on your hands there. As you could see, the holes there are big enough you could put them right on your glove. You could slide them right onto your glove there. They give
Yeah,
you
that looks
just
fun.
you remember, so they give you +1 to attack and attack roll, and they also, once per long rest, you can choose to have the target roll a dex save or be knocked prone.
Yeah.
They are 800 gold. As what he offers, yeah, 800
Those
gold.
are the
Yeah.
things of grease.
Yeah,
No.
we'll give you a 500 for those, no problem.
What did you say?
500.
500.
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion check. Against my 13.
13, eh? Persuasion. My persuasions haven't been great.
I know. Oh man.
All right, we'll go 6.
You go 600. 600 sounds a little low, friend. How about 650?
All right,
I'll
we'll
give
do-
them to you
we'll-
for
we'll-
650.
we'll
That
do
seems like a
650.
reasonable price for some friends here whom we're all in the same boat anyway. Yeah, 650.
650 is reasonable. We'll
All
take
right.
them.
You got it. So you can go
For
ahead
which, what now?
for the
Like, what was the
brass
end? Ah, damn.
Nice.
knuckles.
I'm gonna have to fucking bribe you for those now. Get my grill.
Get your grill.
That's
There you go.
hilarious.
We'll melt down some gold for you. We'll make you a
As long
gold
as
grill.
it's fucking peach tinted grill.
The other thing I was eyeballing is that bright red plate mail that you have.
Okay. Yeah, the plate mail. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see
what
the
kind
big
of a
dragon
price do you have
insignia on the
that?
front of it there? That's pretty something, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of dragon insignias, but I like the red.
I think this came from those dragon folk across the sea.
Are they gonna?
I don't know how it
are they
ended
gonna
up
try
here.
to kill me when they see me in it?
Well, I would imagine not. It seems like feel like this piece is pretty old. Pretty old piece of a pretty old set of armor here. You could see how extravagant it is. It's in great shape, and that's because it was actually found in a chest. In a chest that seemed to have been locked. It had some other goods in it, but those goods have been long since sold. So, just so you know, it's red armor with a dragon insignia on the front of it. It has are we talking about the same? Oh, this is the plate armor, right?
Yeah, the full plate.
Is that the same insignia as his family? Did we get notes on
I
that?
think his family was a hammer and a shield.
It's like a shield, yeah.
Yep.
It was a
It's
hammer
a
on it.
hammer with flames. Yeah.
Oh god, it's the Soviet Union.
So So the red armor, just so you know, what you're looking at is red plate armor, a full set. It's +2 to AC, +1 to strength, +1 to charisma, -1 to intellect.
Was that the red or the
Is
silver?
that the one you're talking
I
about?
think that's the silver.
Oh,
I think the
this
red
is silver.
was
Yeah.
+1 with shield of faith spell and
Sorry, yeah.
level 3
Yeah.
prayer of healing spell.
You're right. Yeah, no, the prayer of healing is on the other piece.
Oh, prayer of healing's on the other piece. Okay, so this red set has what on it?
Yep, the red. It's has the shield of faith spell attached to it once per long rest, and it's a studded leather armor, so it's +1. 1
That
AC.
one's studded. Okay, I have it written.
Yeah.
The full plate red iodized metal dragon insignia +1 shield of faith spell. That's full red plate or the?
I have studded leather here.
Oh, you have the shield of faith
Yeah.
one is studded leather. Okay, so we also got studded leather. Where was that?
You know what? I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, the red
No,
the
you're
red
not.
armor is plate. Yeah.
You're green.
Yeah, no, all good. And then
And that's
that
the
doesn't
one-
have the prayer of healing. Because
Right, so
I
the-
had it written down that prayer of healing was on that one for some reason.
One of the plate sets had prayer of healing. The other one had the
And then the silver
Shield.
set. The silver set is +1 strength, +1 charisma, -2 intellect, +2 AC, and
That's right.
it quotes another property.
Okay, yeah, that's where the confusion is. Okay, so just so you know, so the red armor is has prayer of healing in it.
Okay, so the red does have prayer of healing. Okay.
And it has which is 3rd level. It has +2 AC.
+2 AC. Okay.
Yep. And it has +1 strength, +1 charisma, -1 int.
Oh, hang on. So that's the silver. The silver has that. Okay.
No. You
that's
you
the
are
red?
confusing the fuck out of me, man.
Okay, yeah, I had them written down because you said so. The silver has that. Okay, and then what does the other set have? So if that's the red, so if the red has,
Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch it over because
Yeah.
now I'm so confused. I've changed my notes.
yeah, okay.
I don't
So
know.
the red plate has +1
It's
strength,
all good.
+1
This
charisma.
confused the shit out of me.
Yeah, minus. So this is the red set is +1 strength, +1 charisma, -1 intellect, +2 AC, and prayer of healing.
That's right.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Okay, nice. And this is the red set. Got it.
Yeah, sorry about that confusion. So red plate, prayer of healing, at 3rd level, +1 to strength, +1 to charisma, -1 to int, +2 AC. You got that?
Yeah, I have that now.
Okay, we're on the same page. Okay, good.
Okay,
All
so
right.
then there was also a silver set of plate.
Yes, the silver set has Shield of Faith on it. It's +1 studded leather. That's what I have written here. I
Oh.
don't know why you have plate.
Yeah,
I mean, it is
plate.
all recorded. You can just go back. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
but
So
it's just fantasy. Like
yeah.
we can always alter what we need.
Well,
so-
Okay.
it kind of does matter though, because everything's balanced for this reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
So-
Okay.
So
Never-
+1 studded leather, +1 AC, +2 to dexterity checks, Shield of Faith. Is that what you have?
Okay, +2 to dexterity checks has the shield of faith.
Yeah.
Studded
Studded
leather +2 dex checks I have written down.
Yeah, 1 AC, +1 to AC.
The studded leather's +1 to AC. Okay.
Yeah. So +1 to AC, +2 to dexterity. I should have made cards, guys. This is a
And
big.
then- and
This
then
is a
shield
big
of
lesson. This is a big lesson. It's just that the thing is, when I make this many items, it takes fucking hours to write all
You're
these
good,
cards
man.
out.
We got this shit.
So
Okay, so I got that. So then there was a
Okay,
silver set of plate, which now I have no idea what the silver set of plate does.
AC. I don't know. We're gonna have to just come back. Like I said, all my notes are messed up now. I have stuff scribbled out and refilled in. So,
gotcha.
which is fine because
Okay,
we're running
yeah.
we're pretty late here.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That is true.
If
we
you
can-
want
we can
to
come back next time for sure. Because there was a silver set. Now I don't have notes for the silver set of plates, so we can.
Yeah,
figure
we'll
that
go
out.
back
Yeah.
and watch the session again and fucking make sure my notes
Yeah,
are
it's all recorded. You guys got like the recording don't lie.
Let me just double check here really quickly because I have so much shit written down.
Yeah.
One dex, purple cloak, plate armor. All right.
I
Okay,
just
so-
love hearing your fucking pages.
I
like,
know.
I'm like,
Now you
holy,
got,
yeah,
like,
dude,
like
you're.
a stack of papers beside him.
I have so
Dude,
many
you're
notes
on it,
around
man.
me.
I mean, it's all recorded, y'all. Like, it's
true.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
This is
We'll
just
fix
what
the
happens.
recording. No one's
Yeah.
gonna like. Yeah, it's all recorded. It's like watching football plays back or whatever. Like,
Instant
Yeah, it'll be
replay. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
for sure.
or
Nice.
And with-
UFC shit.
With that being said, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and call it a night, call it a session.
Yeah, that was,
Um,
that was a good session. Shopping's
Nice.
always fun.
Sorry. Oh, good,
Oh,
good. I'm
fuck
glad you
yeah.
guys had a good time. I always feel like weird when we do these sessions because I always feel like it's super boring and all that. So I,
Nah, man,
try
we're
and make
getting
it
what we
somewhat
need.
interesting.
Yeah, we're getting some
That
loot.
We
Good
are
stuff.
gonna
that
start
box
doing
of
that.
fucking treasures or like the Swiss Army knife. I'm
Do you
excited
like that,
for.
man? Do you
Yeah,
dig that?
dude. Excited to see what I can do with my little arm floaties
Yeah,
now.
dude, it's gonna be
Our
cool. I
floaties
think
is the selling point.
Arm floaties,
Yes.
dildos. Hell yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of fun with that little Swiss Army kit with you. I think.
Ah,
It's gonna
I'm
be fun.
excited, dude.
Nice.
All right, thank you, everyone, and
Yeah.
we will see you next week for the next session. Thank you.
For sure. All right. I will sign out, and we are out.